I am sure if you're abroad, or if you're anywhere apart from your country and you're abroad especially, you can relate to this. There's no way at least one person would not have told you you've forgotten us here, or told you things like send money to us, tell you things like I do give away now, or tell you things like please can you pay my school fees, please can you buy this, please can you send me money for this, can you. And sometimes when those people are sending message to you, I will talk personally. I don't know if you're rich, but personally speaking, I can't, maybe at that moment sometimes I can't even afford to spend £20 to buy shoe for myself. But somebody somewhere will send you the account number and expect you to pay 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. I'm not saying we shouldn't help. If I've decided to help you, if you tell me you've got this problem and I have the money out of my comfort, out of my sacrifice, whatever means I've got the money and I'm able to give you the money, I expect you to appreciate it, because that means I am giving you out of sacrifice. Sometimes it is not that you have. See, the fact that the currency abroad, especially the UK, is high, I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people just think that we are rich. And especially being a nurse, even back home, they think, so I don't know, somehow it is just out there that if you're abroad, once you travel, once you've entered the plane and you've gone somewhere, you're fine. Let me tell you, I was living in Dubai, and I would say from my experience living in Dubai, there's a difference between traveling abroad and being comfortable. Like, there's a very big margin, there's a very big gap between traveling abroad and living comfortably abroad versus being rich abroad. So please, let's not mix it. Let's not mix everything. You can travel abroad, even if you leave Nigeria to Ghana is abroad. You can travel abroad to Dubai, to any country, Australia, Canada, US. You've traveled abroad. That is one. Then now get to a stage of living comfortably abroad, especially when you're new in that country. I can bet you, except when you were leaving your country, you've gotten your job already, and maybe you got upfront salary, or you came to the country with loads of money. That is when you can come to a country and you're new and you tell me that you're comfortable. It is a lie. It is a big lie. 80% of us, when we travel, when we leave the country and we go to another country, the first few weeks, the first few days, the first few months, the first few years, sometimes we are struggling. The first few period, we are just trying to survive. We're just trying to pay our bill. We're just trying not to shame our ancestors by going back home. And there's this pressure that has been put on so many people that have traveled abroad. I'm not saying this because I'm abroad. I'm not saying this because I want you to take it personal and think I'm talking about my life. I'm not saying this because I want you to think that I don't want you to ask for money, or you may say, who is even asking this one for money? No, I'm not saying this for me. I'm saying this as a general unpopular opinion that I have. Because what I've gotten to realize, even when I was back home, is there is a lot of pressure on people abroad. I've heard comments like, oh, this my uncle was coming back from abroad and the only thing he brought for me was chocolate, and the only thing he brought for me was toy. And now I'm actually thinking, okay, imagine going back home, you have, let's say, 23 kg, 50 kg loads that you are entitled to, except you want to pay extra. You want to go with your clothes, you want to go with stuff, you want to go with things for your own immediate family, your parents, your immediate relative, your in-law, you've got your children back home. And then there's this extended family, there's this friend somewhere who will now get mad because when you were coming, the only thing you bought for them was chocolate, or the only thing you bought for them was one toy. And they'll be like, this uncle is so stingy. Why is this abroad? Especially people in the UK. In fact, even me, I had that misconception that everybody in the UK are actually very stingy. And when they're coming back home, they are very, very stingy. But you need to understand that what you can even carry on the plane is limited, one. Number two, I don't know. How do you want to carry everything that is in your, do you expect maybe people abroad when you're going home, you expect them to buy gold for you? Or you expect them to, when you're abroad, what are the important things? Chocolates, or clothes? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why the bar has been set so high. And then there's this pressure on people living abroad that they cannot fail. They cannot come back home and say they are broke. And that is why you see so many people will travel abroad and they are stuck there. And they are stuck abroad. They cannot come back home. They will do anything. They will do anything. Anything. I mean, anything just to make ends meet, just to be rich, or just to get money and to impress people and to impress someone and to meet up to the standard and to meet up to the expectation. Please, I've always said this, let's normalize traveling abroad. Let's normalize it. If you're abroad, tell people you're abroad and you'll be fine. See, if a witch want to kill you, okay, when there was no social media, how were witches killing people? When there were nothing like pictures and were there no witches? Were there no village people? If they want to catch you, they will catch you. I know you are making yourself more vulnerable by coming online or by sharing our life with people, but the issue of trying to tell people about how to travel abroad, like for instance, I've come to the UK and I'm going to tell as many as possible how to come to the UK, what to do, the steps. And if I go to Canada, if I go to the US, if I go to Australia, any country I move to, as long as I've got this platform, I will keep telling people how to get there as well. When I went to Dubai, I wasn't doing this. I wasn't into telling people how to move to Dubai as much, because when I was in Dubai, I was not so fulfilled. I would say I was just comfortable. So that was what I was saying. There's a difference between traveling abroad, living abroad comfortably, and living abroad as a rich person. And we are in different level in life. There are people who came abroad, is maybe 1 month, 2 months, and they're already rich. There are categories of people. I'm not saying there are no people that are rich. There are so many people that within a think of an eye, they will just spend money, they make money. I don't know how they make the money. If you know, please tell me. I don't know. But there's some of us that, most of us, I would say 50%, not even 50, 60% of the population abroad, we are between the level of just traveling abroad and living comfortably abroad. So many of us have traveled abroad. It doesn't matter the years, the months, the days, the hours, and it is just the fact that the only benefit we have, or the only difference we have from you that is not abroad, is that maybe the society works, good electricity, good road, good environment, just those things that are not in the control of that person. Those things that are just natural, those things that are everywhere for everybody living abroad. Those are the basic things. And then we work hard trying to pay our bills, trying to survive. And there are categories, there's another category of people who are just comfortable. Comfortable means they've traveled abroad, and you even still have all this group of people even back home. Okay? And they've traveled abroad, they've worked, or I don't know if they've not worked. Anyway, they earn good income, they are comfortable. When they are comfortable means they can eat whatever they want to eat. They can, apart from the basic thing with the environment, with the society that work, with the good health system, with the good communication, good stuff, all those normal stuff. So they're abroad and they are able to afford whatever they want. They are able to take care of their immediate family, take care of their extended family, and even take care of some friends. And they're able to do whatever they want to do, but they are not rich. They are not rich in the sense that if the next 6 months they have not been able to, if anything happened to their job, to their source of income just now, they'll be back to zero. And then there are the ones who are rich. When I mean rich, those are the ones that comes home with bundles of money to come and spray. Someone like me, if I'm coming to Nigeria, I'm going to be as normal as somebody that has never entered plane in their life, because there's nothing special about me. The only difference is I may make more money depends to some extent, but that is the same way I have more expenses. What I pay for a month in the UK is what I pay for one full year in Nigeria. Yes, I'm able to say I'm appreciative of the level I am, and I'm grateful because I'm in an environment where the system works, where I am comfortable. Does not mean I am rich. So please, let's stop that notion thinking that everybody that travels abroad are rich, and let's stop putting pressure on those abroad to say when they have problem, you'll be like, so you have been abroad for 20 years, so what have you been doing? You have been abroad for 10 years, what have you been doing? And even things like, you have been abroad for 5 years, you did not even manage to come home, you don't have transport money. I've heard things like that. It's because you don't have transport money, that's why you did not come home. Let's stop putting pressure on people. Please, let's just normalize traveling abroad so that somebody can even tell you how to travel. Let's normalize, let it just be normal thing. Like in the UK now, if I tell someone that my colleague just came back from the US, how was your trip? Did you enjoy it? Is it warmer? Simple. Nobody will go to church to go and testify. Nobody will go and say, oh, I've got my visa. As if it is the greatest achievement. And the moment you do that, once you get to the airport, number one, your English will first change. And then you start putting pressure on yourself. Even the work you're not supposed to do, you are not going to do it. You now see us working extra shift, working overtime, doing everything just to look rich. You see, forget all those pictures. Let those pictures not deceive you. I may be wrong, some of you may be rich and you're already abroad and you're watching me, but please don't gather all of us and categorize all of us as being rich. We are not. We are not. It is, see, abroad life is different because you have to earn all the money. You have to work hard, except you're not doing a 9 to 5 job, or you're not working the type of normal job that I do. Otherwise, before you earn £1, you need to have worked £1. I used to say it. See, before I earn £1, my leg, or my nerve, my bone will have understood that you have worked, because they will use you. You cannot sit down. You cannot just be nonchalant. You cannot. Before you earn that money, you work hard for it. And that is why some of you will say people abroad are stingy. No, we're not stingy. We're not stingy. We're just using our brain. And then sometimes, most of the things are like, all these people are even giving your money to. All the people that are giving money, they'll go and use your money to party. They'll go and use your money to club. You that is making that money, you cannot even afford to use let's say £200 to go and treat yourself. You can't. Most of the time, you can't even take £100 and say, today, I'm going to spend this £100 on myself. I'm just going to spoil myself. I'm just going to eat, make my nails, make my hair, eat, drink. I don't know if you drink, and just enjoy myself and just relax. We don't do that. But somebody in Nigeria will message you, or somebody in Ghana, somebody somewhere will call you and say, send me money. And you will send them money. They will use the money to party. I know some of them are in trouble. Some of them really need the money. And I'm not saying I will not need help one day, that somebody will be in the position to help me. But I'm just saying we should stop putting that pressure and stop setting the bar of traveling abroad and thinking when we are abroad, we pluck money from the tree. Or when you're abroad, you've automatically made it. There are people who travel abroad and they're homeless. There are people who travel abroad and they're only living in one room because they cannot afford to do anything more than that. There are people who are abroad and they eat only once a day. So life is hard everywhere in the world. Life is not fair. It's not by working hard. It's not by the country you are. Of course, the system may be working, but does not mean we are rich. Can somebody say amen? Because it sounds like I'm preaching. I'm just trying to make my point. I'm just trying to get my point across. I hope with these 3 points of mine, you've been able to understand that your baby girl is saying that. Please stop saying we are rich. Stop calling us rich. We're in the abroad does not mean we're all okay. All right? We have problems too. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening to my rant. This is an unpopular opinion. Please don't hate me. Please just subscribe. The good. Thank you. Don't be offended if I've offended you. It is not intentional, unintended. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in another video. Please remember to like, subscribe, click on the notification bell and share. Your baby girl is out. Thank you so much. Bye.